Said it with
I
a
said
tone.
please.
Said it with a tone.
Your knee literally went directly into my uterus.
Oh, what the hell? How high did you jump?
I don't know. It just hit my freaking.
Y'all can do whatever you need. I'm busy.
Do not kill me.
Listen. It's Cowboy Carter. Hi.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
Renee. Where's Renee?
Yeah.
Matthew,
I'm
look at
living.
us.
Give us a little over the shoulder.
Period, bitch. Period, hoe.
Stiff way.
Ooh,
Stiff way.
shake, bitch.
Uh-huh.
Shake, bitch.
And then she goes,
I'm done.
okay.
We are back, and we have with us Cowboy Carter.
I want to welcome you to the Beyonce Renaissance, or Beyonce...
Where's your accent?
What?
Yeah,
Aren't you country?
Texas accent.
Oh, no, I'm going to give Beyonce and be like, Julius, pass me that water bottle. I don't know how she does it, but... You know the girl on TikTok who does the Beyonce.
Yeah, but she sounds like
Well,
Beyonce.
of course.
Okay, but aren't you Southern?
Well, yes.
Via Southern Belle.
I don't know how to... Howdy, y'all. Is this what you wanted?
You know.
Careful what you wish for, y'all.
Wow. That's literally the sound of the evil puppet underneath your
I'm trying
bed.
to think,
or,
what
you,
is...
you open the closet doors at night as a child, and that voice is what the monster would have. Alright, want me to tell
My
you a story?
goodness. My goodness. Bless her heart.
That was good.
If the Lord can lead you to it, it can lead you through it.
Period.
Yeah. I can't do a country accent, so I'm not going to bash you for
I
it
can
too
do
much.
country accent pretty good, I think.
Yeah. You from Louisiana?
Yeah,
Oh,
and
my
my
sixes.
mom makes beer cheese.
My peepaw.
Peepaw?
Peepaw and meemaw.
Yeah, meemaw and peepaw.
They actually say peepaw?
Probably,
Honestly,
bitch.
that might just be like a
Like,
stereotype.
I
No,
don't
'cause
think so. White
peepaw?
people are wild, in.
I never heard no peepaw. Like,
White people call their grandparents wild things.
No.
Wow.
I mean, hey, granddad.
Granddad is wild. But that's pretty tame.
Hey, granddad.
Grandpappy?
You guys are... Listen, you have to understand.
No, it's lovely.
When
Wait,
you're
who's...
a kid... When you're a kid and like
You dragged her to film.
and your parents and your
I didn't drag Granddad. You did.
and your like family
Now
is
you're
like
backtracking, huh?
No. You kept going on Granddad. I said, who does that?
You said, granddad is crazy.
I said that's pretty tame, actually.
I don't think he said crazy.
I did
did.
say it was crazy, but
Oh,
I also
he
said it
did.
was
And
pretty
then you said
tame.
it was
But you were going on and on about
No, I was
Granddad.
just
Hey,
mocking
Granddad.
her. I then went, hey,
It's
granddad.
you can't like I like every like this grandparents is this pair of grandparents is this, and then you grow up and then they're like, Aisha, go talk to and then it's just
You have to come up with
embedded.
something.
Like my cousins don't refer to him as granddad;
Interesting.
they call him
Pop.
Papa, I think. But I call my mom's dad Papa, so I can't call him Papa
Yeah.
too.
Interesting.
Like the other one's Papa, you're not Papa.
Yeah, I think about that too. Like having kids. Like, what are they gonna call me and my partner? Just call me my name. I don't give a fuck.
Damn. See, and that's
you
where the white comes
serious?
out. That's where the white comes
They're
out.
gonna call you
He
your
was just
name?
dragging, saying, white
joking.
people, this and that. And you said, call me by my name.
They're gonna call
I'm
you
joking,
Matthew.
first of all.
No, you
No.
sounded kind of
You
serious.
can't tell through the shades,
I don't
bitch.
call my parents. I don't call my parents by their names at all.
No, but this is what you want your kids. They
I
could
was
be different.
joking. I'm just saying, like, I honestly don't know a name that I would want. But the thing is, for me, it's like,
Dad.
like, yeah, I know, but what would my partner be then?
Dad.
That's the thing. Yeah, but then when they're trying to get a hold of me, what do they need? Like when they're yelling across the house, Dad, I'm gonna be like,
Then you both.
which one, bitch? I'm not gonna both go. That's a waste of my time. Fuck them kids.
Dad and the other one can be
Papa.
Papa.
Yeah, that's a pretty common thing.
Father.
Bitch.
I,
Mother?
I say,
What's dad in Portuguese?
I'll be called Mother. That's Mother.
My
Yeah, it's Mai and Pai.
pie.
So it could be Pi, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to be called fucking Pi.
Just tell them to call you Mai, because Mai's got a
That's Mother.
twang to it.
That's
no, because
Mother.
when
I
he's saying it, I'm
Oi
like,
Mai,
you ate that up.
oi Mai.
Oi, Mai.
I used to always say that whenever Oi Mai to my
Yeah.
mom. I just
Oh,
love
so you're
Mai.
appropriating my culture then. Which was,
Well, I feel like I'm.
You know what's so funny? We're not gonna do that because your culture came to our land.
Yes, that's
our
why I said it.
continent, and you guys, you colonized and you did all that. So
Say sorry right now.
I'm so sorry on behalf of my ancestors.
Wait,
Yeah.
so you're admitting it? That your
Well-
ancestors enslaved people?
I
Well,
could bet
yeah.
you.
Why would I deny it? It's true.
How do you know that?
Great uncle.
You could have been one of the people that just was also a slave yourself or something. But you're
Me,
admitting it?
Myself. I was a slave.
No, not you.
You said me. I could have
well,
been one of those
she meant,
people.
like, your family,
Oh, like my
like-
family. Well, I'm just saying for like the Portuguese people in general. I come from that culture, and that culture had people who enslaved people, clearly. So I'm not gonna fucking defend it. Are you kidding me?
Wow, what a good white man.
Snap.
Class
like-
act right here.
Y'all, it's kind of scaring me. Y'all, like, I don't know. Do you think anything else? Like, what the fuck?
What do you mean?
You never
You
know.
think I would just be like, we did everything right, and we should have, like, what?
No.
Okay, because when you.
I don't think you yourself would, but some people would.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, do you want to explain to the people?
Well, there's a story behind this lurk. I was supposed to wear this for the Cowboy Carter episode, but Mr. Bezos didn't get me my hat in time. So,
But he's busy adding ads to our shows.
like, shows for ads on shows that I pay for additional on top of Amazon Prime.
But you can't get our packages in?
A fucking hat. What the fuck? Anyways, so I didn't want it to go to waste, and I will be returning this hat as well. I already have my return order in place, but I'm gonna get
As
my
you
use out of
should.
it.
That's what a bad bitch does.
And
As
I'm
you
gonna
should.
probably repurchase it when the tour comes, but that's besides the point. To Amazon, all they need to know is it didn't work. So, yeah, this is the Cowboy Carter outfit I wanted to wear, and luckily I do actually have a point to make here. First of all, go watch that Cowboy Carter episode because it is a YouTube exclusive. We
Period.
had another edition of technical difficulties. And yeah, go watch that on YouTube. Second of all, Beyonce dropped the Texas Hold'em remix, which is amazing, and I live for it.
Yeah, I like the remix.
It's so
She's
good.
good at her remixes. Though.
Like
Good.
I thought originally, I thought
OG.
it was like somebody's remix, like because she's done that with like Break My Soul. She did, like all these remixes by other people, but it was just to my knowledge, it's just like her version of the remix or something. Girl, I loved it when they hit you with the it's the classic like the beat that goes like it's like boom, 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 and it's like everyone does that.
I'm sorry, the wig like.
no, it gets me. It just
Sorry.
it does shake me.
yeah.
If you could have a different name that's not your current name, like, do you have a name that like you would rather be named?
The first thing that comes to mind for me is like when I asked like my parents like what was like going to be named, because to me that's the
Exactly.
only other name I've
Me
ever
too.
heard that was ever thought of for me.
Me too.
It's hard for like you as yourself to think of like what would be a good name for myself, but I was supposed to be I was in between like Matthew and Lucas, so I guess Lucas. I don't know.
I actually can see Lucas.
I could picture
right?
you being a Lucas.
Yeah. I can too.
Do you know if your mom had any other names for you?
Oh, I know. Thank God. We
My
got
mom had
Kelcey.
some interesting ones.
Dude, my mom wanted to name me Letitia.
Oh.
And my dad was like, no, Kelcey. And sure enough, I have a cousin now named Letitia. Hey, Letitia. You're
Period.
so cute. Best name ever. And Kelcey, I just can't imagine it. But I remember for the longest time when I was young, I like the name Brianna. I love that name. I was like, I want to be Brianna. And now I have
Brianna, not Brianna.
Not Brianna, Brianna.
Let's not get it twisted.
Exactly,
Yeah.
because yes, there is that. And then I liked like my other cousin actually is named Brianna. So
I think knowing you now, it just doesn't fit you.
No.
I think you're very Kelcey.
Yep.
I also really liked my middle name. I think my middle name could be really cool, like first name, which is Leali.
I like
I
that.
kind of wanted it to be my stage name, but I'm already this far now, so
Yeah.
we're
Yeah, it's
sticking
too
to
late
it.
now.
It's hard to rebrand.
So my mom, I can only think of I think she had more than two that I could think of right now, but one of them was Bianca. Don't think I could see myself as being a Bianca. And then the other one, this one I fucking hate. I hate it so much, and I tell her every single time, like, thank God you didn't name me that. Charleston.
What the fuck?
And then the nickname was gonna be like Charlie.
No.
What is that?
No.
Charleston's like a last name, not a first name.
Some people have it as a
know
first
That's
name.
Yeah.
wild. I'm so sorry, Charleston.
And it could be a cute name for someone else, but for me, I'm like, thank you, Jesus. And she only named me Aisha because when she was however months pregnant with me, she was having this dream over and over again where like her and my dad were living in a house or something like that, and a little girl would like come up to her door every day. And I guess someone in the background or like the little girl's mom would be like, Aisha, like come home.
That's crazy.
So that's why she named
That's
me
so
Aisha.
cool.
That's cute.
I love that.
I'm like, but I've always kind of liked the idea of having like being female and having
Unisex name?
yeah,
I do
like Jordan or
I like Jordan.
Jaden. Like I don't know, I've always kind of liked that kind of vibe. But I've never really thought about like what exactly I want my name to be. When I was younger,
Oh no.
I think every like little black girl can relate to this when like you're a little black girl, you have your little white friends and they have their little luscious little hair and stuff. You wish like, I wish my hair was like that.
Yeah.
They have their little names and whatnot. You're like, I wish my name was like that. So of course people would always like never be able to pronounce my name, and they're like, it would be so much easier if your name was da-da-da. So I always wanted my name to be fucking Ashley.
Oof.
Wow.
Ashley.
That's a choice, and I'm really glad that you didn't.
Yeah.
Or that never ever could have.
Ashley, that's what I wanted to be
Well,
named.
there's like Mary Kate and Ashley.
Yeah,
And
but
I can see why. Maybe I don't know if you
It
like
wasn't-
Mary Kate and Ashley.
it
or
was-
Ashley Tisdale. Or,
it
I
was
don't know.
simply just because I was like, it would just be so much easier if my name was just Ashley.
Got you.
Yeah.
It'd be easier.
Me with my last name. I was just
Oh,
like,
because people not pronouncing it properly.
never ever. It's Mawema.
That's crazy.
Mawema is how it's actually.
It's really
like,
not that hard
Mawema,
either.
Like Mawema, but it's Mawema.
Mm-hmm.
It's
So-
not that hard to say either.
No.
So I
Need
don't
to do all
understand
the
why
other
people.
bits.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to say the other ways people say it because it's incorrect.
Period.
Yeah, and then heavy on the middle name part two. I like my middle name a lot, which is why
like mine.
all of my socials and stuff is just Aisha Simone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like it that way. So you did good on that part, Mom.
So, my
Fact.
yes, my other fact. It's another one about animals. You know how like so many animals have like really good PR teams, like like hippos. Everyone's like hippos are kind, but they're actually like psychotic.
Not
and,
PR
like,
teams.
like no, literally.
I was
Like,
gonna
'cause
say.
the PR
Did a
behind
press
hippos is
tour, like,
crazy. Like
yeah.
they're like aggressive and whatever.
We had the Canadian commercial of the house hippo. Remember that?
Yeah, I do
Mhm.
remember
Yes,
that.
I do remember that. See, here's another animal that you think, or like dolphins. Dolphins, you think that they're cute and whatever, but they're actually terrible animals. Do you guys know that? Oh no.
I've heard something about
Okay.
this.
Well, dolphins it's actually very similar to the main fact, which I'll tell you. Otters. Otters are actually demons. So apparently people that do like exterminating and or try to catch animals, like those type of animal control, they literally like are scared of otters. Like whenever they
God.
find out like, okay, they have to try and save an otter, they're scared because they're extremely aggressive animals and like they literally like attack you. And the reason why that they're like terrible is because they like baby seals. Yeah. So-
you were like giving us some facts and then laughing about it.
No, sorry, because when I found out, I was in shock, but then to see other people react, it's just as funny because it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So they literally will like, it's like a thing where like there be a lack of like females in the area or something, and they're very like territorial and aggressive animals. So they like just literally for shits and gigs, like it's not even necessarily like they have to. They will like baby seals will be with their moms and they will them, and then the baby seals die because they like literally kill them and suffocate them while they're underwater, like literally drown them basically. And this is a thing that otters do. Males, obviously, but yeah, otters are terrible, and that goes into dolphins. Dolphins gang rape other dolphins. The men
Kelcey,
will gain. Sorry.
I don't like this anymore.
These facts are
It's-
very morbid.
I
And
don't like
think this is the
these.
Bible.
Sorry, but like they're actually really evil. Like dolphins
Oh my
beat
God.
up like other dolphins and like as a group like run a train
crazy.
on other dolphins. So yeah. Those are my animal facts.
Thank
Well,
you for that.
the more you know, kids.
That was
So-
like really
So
dark.
if your
Kelsey.
favorite animal is a dolphin or an otter, maybe
Think again.
yeah.
That was really dark.
That
Can
really
you
was.
can you have like some like fun facts, like some
Yeah.
happy ones next time?
Yeah. I'll do that next time.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you.
They'll still be about animals, but they'll be good ones.
You and animals, huh?
Love them.
Okay.
You always do be watching like those random like
I know
animal
so
documentaries
many things
and
about
stuff.
animals. Like,
Yeah.
I wanted to be a biologist for animals type thing. Not the what do you call like zoologist?
Biologist.
Not
There's,
the
like, marine biologist
Not
and
like
biologist.
marine was cool, but like the animal land
Yeah.
ones, and I think it's like zoology or zoologist or something.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, yeah. So that's why I know and love a lot of things with animals.
Interesting.
Moving on.
So, who wants to start?
I can. Here's something I don't fucking get.
Well,
We're just
we
jumping
kind of
into
skipped
it.
the intro again.
I
But...
mean, it
Which
doesn't
is what?
really matter that much.
Oh, like
Hi,
who
welcome
we are?
back to the podcast.
Whatever, you know
It's
who the fuck
fine,
we
it's
are.
fine,
I'm
it's fine.
Kelsey,
Period.
I'm Isha.
I'm Matthew.
and welcome back to the podcast. Beach.
Who?
I'm Cowboy Carter.
Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, we're gonna talk about things that we don't understand today.
Yeah.
Okay, I will start with something kind of like chill, long-lasting like orchids, long-lasting flowers. You know when like have you ever gotten those before? Where my partner will get me orchids because they're one of my favorite flowers, and there's like differences between like regular orchids that like die and the flowers die after like you have it for like a month maybe, but there's long-lasting ones, so they last for like 4 months. Mine is still going, and I got it like
Damn.
ages ago, and I'm like, so what makes it last? Why is it a long-lasting
They
orchid?
probably
It must-
spray some shit.
Well, it must be like
No.
cross pollinated or whatever. Like they, graft different types of flowers or whatever. Like they mix an orchid with a flower that is, more long lasting or something.
But then it doesn't look like any other flower but an orchid.
Yeah, because they've done it enough or in a way where they take the physicality of an orchid, but the long lasting is to something else or whatever, right? That's what my thought is. I don't know,
Yeah, me neither.
but it's just like they sell two different versions, which
Yeah,
is weird.
it's just like, and I wonder
Why
if
not
there's
just
other
make all of them
flowers,
long lasting?
Yeah.
But like I don't like. I've seen them. They literally grow on trees and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're there in Hawaii and you see them and they like grow around and you're like, wow, orchids, cool. So I'm like, do they last that long out there?
Yeah.
Who knows?
I'll just start off. We probably all do not understand this. How airplanes fly and how cruise ships float. I don't understand. I'll never understand.
Yeah.
How is it that this big, massive thing that probably weighs thousands and thousands and thousands of tons just going in the air, and then this other thing is just floating on water?
Well, there's.
But if
yeah.
I throw a rock that's like the size of my hand, like I don't get it. I don't get it.
I think I'm not trying to like answer every single one, but like I don't know. Even the argument of like, oh, like it's, bitch, watch that fucking look.
What does she do?
She looked at that damn camera.
No, because why are you answering everything? Don't act like you know.
No,
way that
my
he says,
my
"I'm not
answer
trying
was
to," and
Are you an
I'm like-
airplane
my answer
engineer?
was about to go back around to that. Doesn't make no fucking sense.
Yes, let's go.
The whole thing of like obviously if it's like hollow, it'll float. Like I'm thinking of the boat. I'm not even
But
on
it's
the
not
plane yet.
hollow.
Well, it's like there is stuff inside, and usually like the hull or the lower part I think is empty.
But that's
still,
where like there's like stuff in there, is there not?
yeah, but I think it also has to do with the air or something in there. That there's just
Okay,
air being in
explain
there.
the plane, please.
No,
Explain
bitch,
the plane.
because the boat still doesn't make sense to me, because how the fuck is there a whole fucking city on there? Like, let alone the air being in there, there is still like weight on it and people and cities and a whole fucking thing and the fucking 5 pools and slides and raves and bowling alleys and whatever. How the fuck is that like? How does the whatever is keeping it
That's
afloat
what I'm saying.
compensate?
It makes no
I
fucking
agree,
sense.
yes.
And then the airplanes. How this? First of all, the airplane itself weighs a lot, and then you're putting
Yeah.
people on it, and you're putting luggage on it, and you're putting food on it. I don't like how.
The jets,
How?
I don't know. They're like, it's just, yeah, it's weird that like, especially during like takeoff, it's like, boom, like we're going.
We're just up.
Yeah.
We're just going
like
fast,
I
and
get
now we're up.
get the science behind like gliding, but how the fuck are we like?
Are we
staying
boring
up?
you, Kelcey?
Yeah, interesting.
Oh my god.
Huh. You really don't like listening to the stories of Black and LGBTQ individuals, do you?
Okay, I didn't agree on that.
Friday beats.
I didn't agree on that.
Well, I'll speak for LGBTQ then. You really want to silence LGBTQ
Because she is
individuals.
black, so like that.
She can still be
She's
racist.
also she's more black than
She
me.
can still be racist.
I mean,
I know
Aisha
that's
is
right.
that.
Oh, we're
Sorry.
that too.
I guess I never really. I guess like yes, it can like you're like how does that happen? But I don't really think about it.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
When you're on a plane, you don't think
I'd
like
be
how the
flying
fuck did we get
so
here?
much that I just like
Well, 'cause
it's past.
For me, it even
thinking
goes
about
down
it
to like
now.
how do cars work? I know they work, but how?
You
What the
know?
fuck?
It's
Fucking
just
pistons going.
yeah. You're like you
I'm
just got these people driving these things everywhere. Like as we're speaking, there's
Yeah.
people driving around and just like all that shit, and you think you're like oh like if you really think about it, yeah.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, it's just not something that I'm like I don't understand it. Like I just like I think I'm just like obviously I don't understand it. It's not for me to understand. It's just for me to get to my point
It's
destination.
above me.
You know, it's above me now.
She's worried when she's jet
Anyways.
set.
Yeah. Just wait.
Mm-hmm.
PJ's are waiting.
Ooh, period. I'll be there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna wear my hair.
Mm.
No, that's right.
Period.
My first one, I mean, it kind of relates to both, but Bluetooth, Wi-Fi. What?
Towers? Question mark?
Like, even then, it's like,
Satellites?
it's sending something, electricity, I don't know, signals, wavelengths, whatever, and then something's reading it and like identifying it or whatever, and even then it's like an ongoing like never-ending thing for me because I'm like, okay, the device that I'm looking at right now, how the fuck am I seeing this? How am I seeing these things? I know it's like, I don't know, dots or whatever, but it's like, how is my chip inside thing telling me like what I've written down? And this all comes down to like zeros and ones, like with coding or whatever. This computer's just choosing what zeros and ones look like. What? How am I looking at like a phone, right? How am I looking at a screen? How am I, let alone like communicating with people on Wi-Fi or whatever? It's like, how is this thing showing me these things?
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
You know what I don't get? Why do we even need Wi-Fi? Why doesn't it just work?
Yeah. Y'all know about the cable in the ocean, right?
The what?
What?
The cable in the ocean that's our internet? You don't know about
What
this?
the fuck are you talking
Bitch, there's a massive fiber optic whatever cable running across the fucking earth that is the internet. That's how we get connected. Like all of those towers and everything that emit shit or whatever is eventually at a certain point connected to that cable. That's how we are literally connected with the internet. Like look it up. There's literally cables underneath the fucking ocean that are the internet.
What the
And
heck?
if something down, I saw this literally was on this podcast where somebody was talking about it. I think it was Brittany Broski or whatever, but she was like, if something down there, I don't know, like the giant fucking squid down there or whatever starts munching on it, like there goes our fucking internet. Literally, if something were to happen to that cable, our internet's done. Because you have to think like
That
we're
sounds like a
getting internet
conspiracy
from
theory.
TELUS. Where's TELUS getting this from?
You know
You
what
just
that
made
makes
it.
me think of? We talked about this, but bridges.
That's on my list.
Girl.
That's on my list. That's on my
I
list.
know
Girl.
how they do it now because
No.
I searched it up.
I don't.
But it's still like a. and
How do
like,
you get something that
the
deep in?
water?
Yeah.
Like it's literally like an ocean.
Don't they, like, suck
and
the
you're-
water out?
Yeah, so they put
That's
like,
fucking wild.
concrete. I
Making
think they put, like,
tunnels
concrete
underwater?
wall- No,
What
because that
the
Euro
fuck?
tunnel thing is crazy when you think
No.
about it. I've been in there, quick, fast as hell. But it's like the thought of the fact that you put something underwater.
Yeah, and you're trusting
And
that like
then-
the ground around it isn't just gonna shift or what? It's mud.
Literally.
It's mud down there.
So you had to literally separate. So they put like some type of concrete slabs. I think is what we found out. They put
Yeah.
concrete, and then they suck it out. So then it's like there, but it's still like the thought that you have to like bring like a bow or something.
Yeah.
And like a crane, and like somehow hope that like
How the
you have
fuck are
to do the
cranes made?
math.
First of all, how the fuck are cranes made?
Dude,
I don't know. I don't get that shit.
You only see them up.
and how
Never
come
see them
I
getting
never
built.
see them getting built? I
Exactly.
just wake up and it's there.
Yeah.
True.
And what the fuck? You just what? How are you up there like that?
do you see? Have you ever seen people climb cranes?
Yes, I've
Girl.
seen a video of people
Those people
inside the
piss me
top.
the
It's
fuck
scary.
off.
Whoa, jump
Climbing
scare.
a crane challenge.
And then I think they have like a thing that brings you down, or is it
There's usually like a
lift of some
lift,
sort?
yeah.
But like literally the amount of bars that you have to go up there, the steps.
Girl,
They better be
Could
getting paid
not
good.
Like,
You
okay, we're
could
in
not-
2024. Like, why can't you create something that just automatically takes you up there? Why are
Yeah.
we still walking and taking all those steps? What is
Crazy.
this?
Cranes are fucking
1800s?
wild.
What is going on?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Am I fucking
You're telling me
pulling
I have
someone up?
to
Like,
fucking walk a mile up a crane?
and then yeah, like again, like buildings. How the fuck are buildings just there and
Engineers,
standing?
babe. Architects. Shout
I
out to
know.
them.
Thank God.
Love you guys.
Woo.
Because couldn't be me.
Yeah.
Couldn't be me. I was watching
So wild.
this show called Invincible, and one of the characters like is trying to like I guess a house like breaks apart, whatever, and these people are on the street and they're like, oh, like we need it to be built, whatever, and she literally just like has these powers where she's able to like morph any type of what are atoms, what is
Molecule.
any molecule,
Elements, whatever, yeah,
yes,
yeah.
like molecules, elements, anything. So she literally like rebuilt the thing, like took everything that fell and put it back, and they're like, is it up to code? And then they're like, code? Like, what are you talking about? Like, I
Girl.
literally just put it back. And what happened? Fucking some shit happened and people died and stuff. And you think about it, you're like, whoa, like, things have to be up to code.
Oh yeah.
Like, there's so many things that go into that.
Yeah.
And that's why we will never fucking understand.
You know why? Because you know how like engineers when they graduate they get that ring. You've seen this?
No?
Okay, so engineers when they get their degree in any I don't know what level, but they get a ring. Like people used to think that it was like a ring from this bridge that like fell because of engineering mistakes to like whatever symbolize something.
Dark.
But it's just whatever metal. Anyways, they get this ring on their pinky finger of their dominant hand, which symbolizes like when you're signing a document as an engineer, your ring always touches it to like remind you of like your ethical responsibility to follow code and all these things and like how it can impact the lives of millions and millions of people. You can literally kill people by your engineering things.
Wow. At first
So-
I was thinking cult, and then you went a little
No,
bit
it's actually like it's kind of cool. Like you have this
Yeah.
like ring or whatever, and like that's what it's meant to symbolize, right? It's on. You're supposed to touch the whatever, and yeah.
Interesting.
That's nothing I don't understand.
Rings.
Cults.
Oh,
Rings.
But like no, in the sense of like there's a person that literally just talks and like other people are just like, I'm gonna like take your word for this and
Welcome
I'm
to
gonna
religion,
ride
girl.
by you. Literally religion and like all types of other shit.
Yeah.
And it's just like, so what I don't understand I think is maybe like it's just like the brains aspect of it. Like imagine us like anyone can technically be indoctrinated into like a cult of
Yeah.
some sort. Like you don't even realize people that like will say that like people that like crystals and astrology are in like a little cult, or people that like this are like in a cult. Like you can literally
in a
realistically
same-
be in multiple cults.
Yeah.
Like we could be in cults right now, technically,
Yeah.
But like we're thinking like legitimate like cult.
Yeah.
And like just that like what I don't understand is like the brains like that people have. Like the fact that like someone is telling you like we're gonna
master
die.
manipulation.
We're gonna die.
And I can say
and you
that.
have to
brainwashing.
do this.
Yeah.
And if you don't, then like you know, I'm literally the second coming of Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And you must listen to me. And then people are like in these fucking little, what do they call them, campsites or whatever.
Yeah.
There's a name for those. But anyways, they're in those and they're like living like bushmen.
It's crazy.
And doing all this, and then they're like believing it, and I just like don't understand that. Like,
Have you guys seen that documentary on Netflix? It's called like Sweet Something or Praise Something. It's basically about
This guy who has a cult or something. I think I've
yeah.
seen
So
this,
there was
yes.
like one guy, and then like he died, and then like another guy basically stepped up, and he was like, Jesus called upon me to be the prophet of blah blah blah. It's like a religious kind of thing. It's like somewhere in like Alabama or like one of them
Alabama,
one of them red
Arkansas.
states, something like that. And basically this guy just says like, I'm the prophet, like Jesus chose me, I'm the one who's gonna lead you, blah blah blah. And he basically like tells the woman like, okay, you're gonna marry me, and then I have to have a kid with each of you, and then
Yes.
their kids have kids, and then it's like, okay, now those two kids have to have a kid together. So it's
Girl,
like incest. And I'm
incest.
just like I don't understand.
like that's what I mean. Like it's literally like I just don't understand
Oh,
how there's someone that can like
Have that much of an influence to
Yeah.
make you
on
like
multiple people.
to do like such crazy outlandish things,
and
like
every
to
single
be
person, it's like it makes it
brainwashed.
past every single person. Not one person thinks like,
like
Yes.
but then you see we get documentaries like this
Yes.
because there's one person who's
That
like, this is
figures
not
it
right,
out.
and they
Yes.
get out of it, right?
Yeah.
because but it's not, it's like tends to be like whoever was born, like you never know, but like yeah, just things like that like just blow my mind, and I don't understand it because the human brain is crazy,
oh yeah,
right? but
Okay, my next one, I feel like Matthew,
God, I'll hold myself back.
I have said this before to my boyfriend, and he's been like, well,
To your what?
my partner.
oh, sorry.
I'm so dead.
I've said this before, and he's like, obviously explains to me, like, it makes sense in my head, but it's like, I think just like the I'm just a girl in me, like, doesn't understand. Like, I don't get it. Inflation. Fucking deflate it. Why is it inflated? Just deflate it.
Yeah.
And if there's not enough money, print more.
Yeah.
Literally.
Unfortunately, I took a class in this, so
Listen.
like it was literally like, this is why
My-
you can't. But honestly, I still fought it and was like, girl,
My mindset is just like, okay, like us as like the human race, we created everything we have now, right?
this
So
is a fucking idea. This is
we
nothing.
made it that way, why can't we just
Change
make
it.
it a different fucking
Yeah.
way? I don't get it.
No, and
It's a
this
mindset,
is the thing, like,
brother.
yeah.
It's a mindset.
Like
fucking stupid mindset.
I do understand it. However, I still have gripes with it, and still like, because like, in brief, the explanation is like the more you print, the value goes down or whatever. But it's like, why does the value go down? Because somebody decided it does. Why the fuck did we
Exactly.
decide that?
So let's
Don't
just
decide
let's
that.
not make
Just
it go
give
down.
me money.
Let's just print
What the
more.
fuck? Like
Like I don't fucking
this
get
goes
it.
back to too
No.
like when you hear like governments are in debt to who?
Literally.
To fucking who?
Literally, who are you paying?
Because it must be me. Run me my money.
Like,
Who
it
are
definitely
you?
is
Like,
the people,
who?
babe.
Because
Because with
I
all the
think there's
taxes,
just things going on. Like I think the government like invests or like in like other countries. So I guess it's like I don't know. To their debt, they're in debt to other countries. Like they take loans.
But
from other
even then, it's
countries,
like you're the
but-
fucking just print more money, make more.
Yeah.
Or you-
Here's some Canadian dollars cash.
Get
You don't
on
need to know if
your-
I printed this yesterday or not.
Get on
Anyways,
your computer
What
and just
difference does
add
it
in your
make?
bank account.
Literally.
Boop, boop, boop.
like why do we have to like I don't know. Why does it degrade the and then currency and oh
I
Girl,
could go on a
currency-
rant. I could go on a rant.
because why is Canadian girl? My brother asked me for money, and I was like, okay. 'Cause he literally
in
was
pounds.
Like, I remember that.
Bitch.
You said that I can only ask you for money 3 times a year now. I'm cashing it in. Bitch. So he cashed it in, and he was like, oh, could you give me 20 pounds? I was like, be so serious. I can send you more than that.
$50, bitch.
So I was like, oh, I can send you, like, I'm like, because I'm going to send you money. Like, I can send you money.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me why he asked for, like, 120. And I was like, okay, cool. And I was like, I'll send you 150. Guess how much that was in Canadian?
Over
$300.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Mm.
I know,
What?
I know, but then when I see it, I'm just like, why?
Yeah.
Who decided this? Like, and I still blame it on Stephen Harper because of the penny. But then what else happened? Because it wasn't just
It's
the
all
penny.
about like how I don't know like if a country is doing good in like GDP gross domestic product, I don't know, like that makes their dollar stronger. But who the fuck decides that? Who the fuck says, oh yeah, Britain, you're doing great here, your dollar's gonna go up. Oh yeah,
it
US,
all,
you're gonna
it
go.
all
You're doing
comes
poor,
down
you're
to
gonna
the
go down.
same thing.
What?
If we created it, why can't we just make it something else?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know.
I'd like who is just deciding who's deciding all of this?
Literally.
Why?
And decide different. Because if you decided this, you can decide something else. Makes no sense.
None
It's
whatsoever.
fucking- and then it just goes back into like housing and shit. Like just make it fucking cheaper.
Literally.
Girl,
Give me
because
like,
free
why
housing
can't we all just
should
have
be a
money?
thing.
Why can't we all just have money?
Everyone should have.
I don't
free
care
housing is
about.
what it
Yeah,
is. We should all
I
have
don't care about
access.
this whole like, oh, like if everyone had the same amount of money, we'd all be fucked, or the
Communism.
The
There they go.
economy, the economy.
But
Fuck
we
the
created
economy.
the economy. I don't get it. I
The
don't
economy wasn't
fucking
here when
get
the
it.
fucking dinosaurs were here, bitch, and they
don't
were thriving.
understand.
No, for real.
Okay,
Sure, they were extinct. But
that's besides the point. That was God.
oh my god, did you guys know? Okay, maybe you guys knew this, but did you know there's like multiple different like? So we are like Homo sapiens, right?
Homo sapien sapien.
Homo sapien sapien. Yes. Do you know that there's like
Well, some of us are Homo.
there's multiple other like
get
primates
it.
or whatever?
Yeah.
Like, so there's like, I was looking one up and there's like these people that like were extinct because they probably came into contact with another version of like, they're not called Homo sapiens, but they're another like something. I forgot the names of them. And they were like native to like freaking Russia area originally. And they had like insane massive heads and like this and that. And like, there's like multiple of them. Like, I guess I know that we learned about it, but I didn't know there was like a shitload of them and we were the only ones that made it out.
Yeah, like you always talk about like evolution of like animals, not humans.
Yeah.
No.
We don't hear about different versions of humans.
The only like
There's so
it's
evolution.
always
many.
like
The humans you hear is like, oh, like monkey or what is it?
Like
to
cavemen.
to human.
and then
yeah.
boom, Victorian era human.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking right, bitch.
Dude, I literally, I gotta find it. It fucking shook my world. Did you guys know this?
I mean, like, I've
I'm not
probably heard of
surprised,
it,
but yeah.
I
Like you like know that there was like multiple different ones. Like you're like, okay, here there was this one, there's this one, there's this one. Like I had it somewhere because I was like I was so gagged. I literally was like, what? Like they
yeah, that's crazy.
exist?
I mean, like, it makes sense.
It makes sense once you hear
It
it,
makes
But like,
sense.
why didn't we know about this?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Anyways,
My last point here is, how the fuck does maps work, and specifically directions? How do you know how long it's gonna take me to get somewhere?
That's what I want
How
to
the
know.
fuck do you know that? I like, and believe me, if anyone, I would understand, but like, I get it. Maybe you have like algorithms that like, you know, have seen how long it takes somebody to get somewhere, and then that's built up enough. But it's like, how the fuck do you still know? Like, I'm gonna be somewhere in exactly 15 minutes or roughly around that time.
It
What?
makes
How do you know how
sense.
fast I'm going? How many red lights I have? Whatever. I know it'll fluctuate, but like, that is still wild to me that like that is programmed in. That like people, you can just plug in somewhere fucking 5 days away and it'll tell you, yeah, it'll take you this amount of hours.
And then when you can like program like the date, like on this date,
yeah,
and I'm gonna leave my house at this time,
Yeah.
and it's like 25
how
minutes.
the fuck do you know what
How?
the traffic's gonna be like at
How?
that point?
and then when they're like, there's a police ahead and all these things and like stuff like that.
That
and then they
That's
also
you
add
that's
can
that to-
report.
Yeah, that's just reported
So
by
other
So
people.
it's
people-
simply just reporting.
Yeah.
Other people who like drive by, if they see like, oh, there's like a speed check, you can like report a thing.
I've
But
only
people are not just
seen,
being like, yeah, it took me 10 minutes to get home.
Anyways, so the Denisovans I found, and they're like the first ancient hominin species to be revealed by genes alone, not by fossil classification. So like they literally looked crazy. Like there's Neanderthals, there's all these other
Yeah.
ones, and then like this is a completely different type of one, and they looked like this, and they have like photos of like what they looked like. And it's just like they were
It's
wiped
like kind of
out.
creepy
It
when you think
is.
about
They
it.
were
right?
wiped out because they like came into contact with some like maybe a
I
homo,
feel like I've heard
maybe
about this, like,
Neanderthal.
and then they had like not diseases, but like whatever, like
yeah,
that
they
kind of thing,
passed
like,
some type of
yeah.
something, and that's
So
how
then
they
it's
were
like
wiped
when you
out.
think about it, it's like if they were not attacked by their whole group or village or whatever was not attacked by, I don't know, fucking mammoth or something, then like maybe it would have been the opposite. Maybe we wouldn't be the ones, and it would have been, maybe we would have looked like that.
Literally.
Well, but those that survived like still would have evolved a bit, but it would have been different for
but,
sure.
Yeah.
And then we would have been sitting here like, oh my god,
Like,
did you know that there was,
Aliens
yeah.
I still think it's crazy that there are literally places in the world that like have that level of like people who don't know about the internet, the world,
I can't remember.
economies, money.
Yes, there's like
What?
this one. I can't remember where the place is, but then these people came to try and I think it was those fucking
Of course.
yes.
what are they
Fucking
called,
Mr. Beast
Jehovah's or
bitches,
something,
whatever.
and they were like,
Some
hey, do you want
vloggers
to
or
learn about our
something.
Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? And they came there, and then they
Talking
shot them
English,
with
of course.
with fucking bow and arrows.
Killed them
Killed them,
instantly.
and they all were like looking, and they're shooting bow and arrows on helicopters, like get the fuck, and people are like, leave those people alone,
Yeah.
leave them
like you
alone.
do not want to be
But it's
messing
like
with
so,
them.
it
Crazy.
is so wild. To
Same
think.
with like North Korea, like
oh yeah,
what the fuck?
Dude.
They don't know what's going on out here.
No.
They don't know about our lovely podcast. They
Like,
can't subscribe to our lovely
I'm really
podcast.
getting into it, but
Really disappointing.
sorry to you.
Girl, do you hear about for how Volvo like or North Korea like requested or purchased a bunch of cars from Volvo, and then they never paid them back?
No.
What?
So North Korea has this tab with Volvo that's been going on for years and years and years. Yeah.
That is the ultimate.
I
scam.
love that. Can I have some
I'm
cars?
so
yeah,
dead.
fuck you, I'm not
Yeah.
paying you.
Close the doors.
Yeah.
No,
Oh
that
my
is
God.
crazy.
Okay, so I have a couple on here. This one maybe might only make sense in my brain because I'm like have worked within and I'm going to school for like dental kind of stuff.
Mhm.
When you break a bone, it heals over time. Like you get a cast, the bone heals on its own. They
Yeah.
don't like physically, unless it's like a specific type of break, but for most types of breaks,
They can't heal.
they're gonna go give you a cast. They're not actually gonna go in your arm and do anything to like alter what the bone is doing. It's just gonna heal on its own. But when you get a cavity or you get a tooth pulled or something, they need to go and they need to go and put like a synthetic
Yeah, to
Mold
thing
close it
to
off.
close
Yeah.
it won't close on its own, but it's fucking bone.
It doesn't grow though. Teeth don't grow.
No, your teeth are connected to bones. There's bone.
But
when
they're
you-
not bone.
Yes,
They're
it
like
is.
ivory, aren't they?
No, there's when you pull your tooth out in the socket. Like if you were look in, it's bone. that your tooth is like connected
Really?
to.
Yes,
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense that like once you lose your adult teeth, you're done.
I think
know?
it also has to do with like a bone that breaks is like covered by flesh, and something around there is doing some work too. But when it's exposed, like the bone, I don't think it's the bone itself that actually repairs itself. I think it's something in the body that literally creates the cells to build the bone.
But I like yes, but like there's like I don't like it's hard to explain. I don't want
I
to
think
go
it's
on a
wild that
whole
like
rant about
bones
it, but
grow and like
there's
a
like
baby like
there's like
growing.
stuff in the middle of your bones. That's where all the growing and stuff
marrow?
happens. It's called like ossification. That's where all
stem
that
cells
shit
and all
happens.
that shit. Yeah.
Oh, that's yeah.
Bones and cartilage, like
Yeah.
that's where like the cells for like growing your bones and stuff comes from. It is crazy that like there's a hard ass thing just grows and it just gets bigger.
Yeah.
It is freaking weird, but
Speaking of the dentist, I totally forgot about this. I just went to the dentist today. Usually usually including this time too, I do not like the dentist. I have great teeth. I get told that every single time. I was, she said I was a model patient because my teeth were great, whatever. I hate getting when they floss because I'm like, y'all are going to fuck up my gums. And then these bitches love to be like, are you flossing? Bitch, you're like mutilating my fucking gums. Yes, I floss, but I just don't floss like a fucking
And it also
maniac
depends
like
on your
you are.
hygienist too, because some people
Oh,
are, like,
they'll have a
way
fucking
more
vendetta
about it
against you,
and
yeah.
more like whatever, and
The one I have now, love her. She loves, but I will say this time she was talking a lot, and I'm like, girl, I can't answer you. It's just
it's just they like to do
I just
that.
be talking
I don't
too,
know
and then
why.
they'll be like taking it out. I'm like, see,
Yeah.
like you want me to talk, and
Exactly.
then you know that you can't hear me because I'm
Yeah.
like, can you hear me? Or are you just fucking talking to talk? And sure enough, I'll be there, and then they'll take it out so then I can finish talking.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking maybe they'll stop talking to me because they'll be like, okay, this is taking longer because now I have to keep doing this every single time you talk to
Yeah.
respond.
But my old hygienist was like, yeah, I did not like her because she would be the one to like fuck up my gums, be like, are you flossing? I'm like, yeah, every fucking day.
But you're
And
really
they're
You're
like
mutilating my fucking
yeah.
gums.
dabbing it
Yeah.
down.
I hate so this time too, like every time they'll go in with like the scalpel thing to like scrape shit off or whatever. She was pulling and tugging. I was like, ma'am,
On
you are,
your
like,
gums?
No, on my teeth. Like shave or like trying to get like whatever tartar or whatever build up whatever like in between my teeth kind of, because some of my teeth have like a little bit of gaps, so like in there I guess there can be some buildup or whatever. And she was taking that like metal like hook,
Scaler.
yeah, and like scraping like,
you really
but she was pulling, and I was like, it feels like you're scraping off like my teeth, not just the shit that's on there. Like
It
and the
sounds and like from what you can feel,
know.
it feels worse than what if you were
What
to
she
watch them
hears.
doing it. It's
Totally.
not that bad, but it
my
feels
fucking
yeah.
god. She's like, I'm like, like moving and like not the wig. With the wig, yeah, I had the wig on, and it was like,
you know who you are? Bleakley from Lilo and Stitch. Remember when he had the wig and he was
bitch.
moving it? And then anytime you do things,
he had the hat too, didn't he? I think he had the hat too.
Yes, I
That. The lace? Whoa.
What lace, bitch?
Whoa, bitch. Put that hat right back on, girl. No.
if you guys are not watching on YouTube, the hat just fell off.
I think I'm gonna censor that.
No, that was a jump
you're
scare.
leaving that in. You're leaving that in.
I purposely had it back because I knew the hat was gonna cover it. This is hurting like a bitch, man. I have a
I'm
headache.
so dead.
No, it's a
Oh.
fucking hard front, and it doesn't make no sense. Why the fuck is hair growing out of my growing out of my head like this, girl? This is
And then I
this is
saw
Miss
an-
Fashion Bob by Spirit Halloween. So
I saw another girl who was like, how come hair grows out of the top of your head, but then you cut the ends of your hair to make it healthier and it grows more?
Yeah.
that's not true.
It's like
It doesn't actually
you
grow because you
split
cut it.
ends.
There's nothing to do with you cutting it.
Well, you need to get trimmed.
But you have to cut.
Not for it to grow. It will not stop. It won't stop. Your growth happens here at your scalp. Just because you cut the ends doesn't make your hair grow.
You're a scalp. Anyways,
Okay, I have one more. This one's like not like like oh my god, why don't I understand it? Like we understand it, but like
why
why
are
do
you saying
shows shut your bitch ass up
Then
and
why
let
are
me
you
finish
saying it? That's
talking?
not what the
Miss,
topic
I hate when
is.
people cut you off.
that's not what the topic is, though.
Anyways, so because weren't you just saying, oh well, I know like technically I would know, but like blah, 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 blah.
What?
So anyways, what I was saying was, you know when you have a show that you like and then they're like, okay, you watch it and then cut 4 episodes later, part 2's coming out 2 months later. Why do they do that? If it's 8 episodes in a show, why are you cutting it in half? So then I have 4 episodes, I watch it, and then I have to watch 4 episodes like a month later. Even then, with streaming, I still have to wait a year for you to drop it. So I probably don't even remember what's going on, what happened. I'm gonna have to rewatch the whole thing because we're binging, and now you're deciding we're gonna cut it in half so then you can watch the part 2 of this.
Because they want you to come back in for more.
But my thing is, why? Like, I just don't understand why.
Because it works.
4 episodes?
I know. It works. That's why they do it.
It'll make you come back, and then you watch
I know.
the other half. Then you remember, like, oh shit, that show was really good. Watch it again, and then it's like, oh, then there's a season coming out. Then you're gonna come back for more.
Yeah.
I understand. Like, I understand. I know why, but I just, you know what I mean? I'm like, why do we do this? Like, we're already streaming. You're already dropping it once a year. You already have so many people coming in. Like, how much more? Like, how is it really? Like, I just don't understand how it's really giving you a lot of benefits, because regardless if you drop it all, people are going to binge it all anyways. If it's 8 episodes, it'd be different if it's like half of it's like a 20 season, like a 20 episode season. Then you do 10 now, and then you do 10 later on. But for 8 episodes,
Yeah, and you're not dropping like
sometimes it's less than that.
Like 4 weeks later.
Like, I just don't get that.
I think it also has to do with, like, you know, let's say they drop part 1 now and then like part 2 in a couple months or whatever. They know that people aren't going to cancel their subscription because it's only a couple of months, but in those months they're making money. So on that note though, I was gonna say, how like all of our fucking streaming services are basically turning into fucking TV again, cable TV. I saw this tweet that was like, HBO Max, or Max, I guess it's called that now, Paramount Plus, and I think Netflix or whatever are planning to like join up or something.
Bundle.
And then somebody retweeted and was like, "Oh, this is a great idea. We should charge for certain parts or certain TV shows or whatever, and call them I don't know, channels."
Yeah.
And it's like we're back to where we started.
Literally.
Exactly what we already have.
So fucking wild.
Stupid. I don't understand calculators. How do I just punch in all these numbers?
That goes back to computers for me, because that's literally what it is. It's a fucking calculator.
And it
truly
just works. And all that's in there is fucking batteries.
Yeah.
I don't
like
understand
calculators
that.
in the old timey times was like the fucking
you see the
beads
back
on the
and
thing,
it's got some
like
craziness
and now they're
happening.
doing shit. What?
I don't get it.
Graphs?
And I can put like the most outlandish number, plus or minus or subtract,
it'll do
divide,
it.
and it'll work.
And then you got
Like
the
that.
scientific calculators, which is even more.
You're
Girl.
building me graphs, and I'm putting brackets and exponents, and you just know like what. How.
And that's what I mean. Like, imagine that. You already think that's complicated. Opening a fucking window on your computer is way more than that in terms of commands and all this shit. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't understand. I have 3 more. I'll just do quickly. I don't understand CDs. How is that this little metal plastic, whatever the fuck it is thing, I put it inside and it just, I was going to put CD/records, but I understand
records
how,
make sense because of the
I understand how records work.
CDs
They're
are
similar.
what
They're
CDs
similar
are
concepts.
smooth though. How?
Nope. I had to do that. No.
Okay, so CDs also have the grooves in it then.
Yeah, they're so microscopic, and I think what it goes back to is what I was saying about like computers being like zeros and ones. Like, there are grooves at a very microscopic level. I think it's more that like they get read by a laser or something.
Okay.
It's like when you were like, nobody listens to Selena Gomez, and I'm like, I do. And you're like, no, nobody listens. I was like, okay, I guess I don't listen to Selena Gomez.
shut up.
Yeah.
No one
Okay,
does.
so yes, there's the grooves. Okay,
Yeah.
but how is their picture now? Like, I'm for movies.
I know that's
How?
what I literally mean about computers too, is that like there are like, you know, zeros and ones on the CD that have to be read and decoded and then shown on or played music. What the fuck?
Makes
How
no
can I
sense.
hear something that was set? How are you hearing this right? My voice is into this microphone, into this cable, and it's now code, and then it's going out and being read and being outputted to you wherever you're listening to this to. How the fuck did that happen? How are you hearing me right now?
You know what I have a question about? You know, when you go to the theater, you know it's a projector, but then what is it that makes it IMAX like so much crisper, cleaner when they're projecting it? Like, what do they do? Because you go to a movie theater and you go on some theaters and they're like garbage.
Yeah.
Like, it's like not good. Then you go to other ones and it's like, wow. And then you go to like, okay, now you're going to an IMAX film and it's this and this and that. And then you're like, wow, it's really clear. Then you go to another theater that's like another
It's
one
hit or miss.
underneath it, but it's not as good. It's just like, what? Like,
Isn't it just like more like pixels or something?
Is that what it
IMAX
is?
is a combination of better sound as well.
Yeah, I know the sound.
And also, like, I know that IMAX is required to have a different aspect ratio, so it's not as, like, rectangular, like, long this way, right?
Right,
It's a
'cause
little
the
bit
screens-
taller,
yeah.
so there's more, like, you can see more in the movie or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of, like, projectors, I think it just has to do with, like, literally, like, projecting, like, because you know how, like, the basic principle of like a display is like dots of color
Yeah.
that eventually turn into a shape when you zoom out, right?
Yeah.
And it's about making those dots even smaller and smaller and smaller to get crisper and crisper details. So I think for projectors, it's just about like projecting those like literal pinpoint lasers, and then also like not having like, you know, bleed into like black, so your blacks look really really dark, and like, you know, it looks like there's nothing there.
Blacks.
Aggressive, right?
The fuck?
Blacks.
Golly.
Oh my god. Bitch, I'm Cowboy Carter. Why would I do that?
I'm done.
But yeah, and then it's just about like having like brighter brights and deeper, you know, dark points or whatever. So that's kind of, I guess, why.
Okay.
But it's still like, yeah, like why
It's
is
still
it?
like a, what the heck?
But it's going to this 100-inch screen and it's starting off like this.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, that makes no
It's
sense either.
just a wild concept.
Yeah.
What's the next one?
Microwaves.
Yeah, I
That I
guess.
kind of get.
There's
really
waves that are
think about
heating.
it.
I can put my food in there cold, and then I put it for 1 minute. It comes out and it's hot,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just sitting in this box spinning.
Yeah, I
Like a
think that
light
just goes back
bulb.
to like Wi-Fi and shit too. Like how are the waves? You know, because Wi-Fi is literally
Okay,
a
but this is
version of a
literally
wave.
making my food hot.
Yeah, because the type of wave is a certain wavelength that targets like
Where's the wave
water in
coming
there.
from?
That's the thing. It's like there's something in there that's and how is it being produced? That's my question, right? I understand the principle of a micro, because literally what a microwave produces is microwaves. I understand that principle, but how the fuck are we like just producing it?
That's what I don't understand.
Yeah, it's the same as like speakers and shit. Like they're producing a sound wave that at a certain point can be on a wavelength that is also like X-rays, infrared light, whatever. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
My last one is deja vu.
Oh my god.
I don't understand deja
I
vu.
truly believe it's alternate realities.
It
and that
has
you're
to be.
experiencing something at the same
Because
time.
what else can you
How the fuck have I experienced this before?
explain that like I've seen this exact thing happen and then I live it?
Yeah.
It makes no sense
Yeah.
at all. I don't understand it.
Back to like almost like projectors too. Photos. How the fuck did I take a photo? How did my camera, like I understand displaying it to me, but how did you take a photo? How did you see that?
It's
not an eye.
For me, I think having film trips me out more than digital.
That too. Like how do you get color out of that?
I get it, but yeah, I get
Right?
it, but I
do
don't
understand like how it works, but like that's still wild to me that like yes, at the end of the day it's something going to a sensor and that it's light hitting the sensor, but like how do you know it's purple? How do you know it's pink? Like what? It's wild. Because at the end of the day, like our eyes, right, the way we see is like our retina sees it and then it turns it into electrical signals that our brain then does something
turns
with
to
to
an image.
see.
Yeah.
What?
I had one random one, but like taste buds, like, you know how like taste buds adapt? Like what makes people like decide one day I like this and now they're like too much of this,
Yeah.
and then like salt things, something that's too salty for me is like perfectly salty
Yeah.
for someone else, something sweet, like what, like it's just like as you
They're
get
just taste
older your
buds.
taste buds adapt. What makes them, why?
Mm-hmm.
Like what's going on, what's connecting that makes it decide that it just one day you don't like pickles and another day you love them?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes no sense too. Human body could be a whole other one because like it is so weird and trippy just how
On a
Things
most
just
basic
work.
level, how am I moving? How am I doing this?
it makes no sense.
Yeah. Anyways,
It makes no sense, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make sense.
we'll leave it there. That's enough of
That. Yeah.
This just got us racking our
I'm
brains.
still confused about all those things.
Yeah, now I'm just gonna go home with a sense of self-doubt and
Mhm.
internal yearning for answers.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
that you'll never get. Yeah.
Yeah, love that for us.
So.
Anywho, it's been real. Hope you guys are also as tripped out as we are now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Seeing Matthew with the
What?
I tuned out the
What's the
outfit for a
pattern?
bit, and then I just looked at you in the monitor. I'm like, yeah, I forgot about that.
Look at you with your shoulders out like a common whore.
Right?
Is this
I
distracting?
wasn't allowed to do that.
Like, cover
Is this
yourself up.
distracting for you?
It is. And it's turning Kelcey on, as a matter of fact.
Hey, what the hell? When did I say that?
I don't want to say me, so I said
Hey,
you.
bitch.
Yeah, you want some of this?
That is disgusting.
Anyways, with that, we're done.
This has been the Talking to Talk podcast. I don't know why you're saying bye yet. We're not.
She's gonna keep waving while we're doing the outro.
Keep doing this. Like,
What if
obviously they-
someone new comes and this is the first episode they ever watch?
I hope so, cause hi.
I just feel like it's just like, oh my god, okay, follow us on this and whatever. Like, do we have to say that every time?
I mean, it is in the description too.
That's what I was
so
thinking.
Follow us where you can find us, girl.
But which is everywhere. Since we've gotten to this point,
Yeah.
you can follow us on.
It's not everywhere though.
See, now you're going right into
Exactly.
what you
It's
wanna
not
do.
everywhere. We're not on everything.
And you don't even know where we are, girl, do you?
Of course, I do.
Go.
TikTok, Instagram,
Yep.
YouTube,
Yep.
and Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
At what?
Talking to Talk podcast. You know.
It's
At Talking to Talk Pod.
I know that's right.
Bye.
Woo!